there, folks. Welcome back to Malmo for what might well be the final episode of the Malmo series. I don't know. What I do know is that I am wearing Football Manager 2019 purple, not a Stoke shirt, today. A Football Manager 2019 jersey, perhaps. Praying for the beta. Probably won't happen. Anyway, Barcelona, the team that await us first leg at the Swedbank, second leg at the slightly bigger Nou Camp. But it's obviously been a bit of a January transfer window for us. Some ins, some outs. Because it's our close season. Obviously, we have money to spend. We have a £35 million transfer bill, budget even, and we've spent $5 million or so of that. Who have we bought in? Some interesting names, some exciting names. Let's deal with them. Players out, not very many. Erik Larsson was the one. He left at the end of, or rather mid-November. That was the start of the transfer window for us. Other players leaving, freeze, nothing really particularly interesting. But it's the ins that are more interesting. And let's start with the man that needs no introduction. Yeah, Will Grigg, cut that. Will Grigg is in. And bargain of a player, an absolute steal, 400k for the man, the myth, the legend that is Will Grigg. So he joins from Wigan for 400k, as I say. Florian Koeman, we played against him in a friendly at Steaua Bucharest, and he didn't do too badly, but, you know, he's a good player. He's a really talented youngster, 21 years old, so we've freshened up the forward line. Obviously, we're losing, these are all strikers, by the way, we're losing the strikers that we did. We did need to bring in some extra bodies up front. And then Ojin Suk. Ojin Suk is a youngster, 18, already an international, 4 goals for South Korea in 9 appearances. I think you'll agree. The future of European great football. He's excellent. He's really fast. He's got a good finish on him. He's technically very good, mentally very good for an 18-year-old. Great. Sadly, we may only see him play against Barcelona. But that's the way it goes. Pre-season's gone pretty well. Lots of goals, not many conceded, some good performances, and Barcelona now awaits us. Should be a full house today. Lots of money. I'll see you pitch side with the teams in just a second. So there we have the teams then. Sadly, the South Korean youngster who we've just been talking about didn't sign in time to be registered. Forgot about that. So forget him, because you'll never see him play. But you will see Will Grigg, and what a player. There's a song ready. We heard it. Ryan Fredericks gets his first Champions League start in the Sky Blue. Benaku's at left wing back. Dykes is suspended. Picked up too many cards in the group stages, ridiculously. But the defence is Milosevic, Nielsen and Hadzakadunic. Probably should have strengthened in defence, but you can see Barcelona's team is pretty much the entire team they have today. The only additions perhaps being Veltman. I think they actually have him anyway. And N'Golo Kante, of course. You know, if you've got the world's best midfield destroyer, then you're probably going to have a pretty solid base to build on. Let's just leave it at that. You know, they've got that. We've got Marco Grujic, so I think we're equal in that regard. And Sky Blue versus Dark Blue. And here we go. Messi gets an early touch. And, Hazard. Oh, they've got Hazard as well, of course, because, enough quality in the wings is never too much, is it? Nothing really happening then. You can see Rakitic has picked up a knock, seemingly picked out by Gould, who's booked for the incident. And here's Will Grigg on the ball. A little bit slow. Perhaps a bit of a strange signing, but he was cheap. You know, cheap and quick to learn. And Jay Gomez down this right side. Can he cross? He can. Strandberg's under it. It's off the crossbar. And Will Grigg. It's a master stroke. The man is on fire. I may insert the song. If it's playing now, then that's why. It might be a bit loud, so apologies. But lovely poacher's instincts from Big Will. He gets a debut goal. Strandberg lucky not to score, but Will Grigg right on the money to tap in the rebound. And the action continues. Dragowski's ball out to Benaku, left side. Sends Grigg down this left side. He loves this roll. Cuts in. Strandberg, it's 2. I mean, we've led 2-0 against big sides before. It's not quite worked out as you'd hope. But 2-0 in 15 minutes. Will Grigg with a goal and an assist on his debut. Performing absolute miracles down that left side with Benaku. Wonderful ball that is, and Will Grigg needs no invitation to get forward. Delivers a peach of a cross to Strandberg. Instant control and finish. Just before the half an hour mark then, Veltman to Messi. We haven't spoken too much about Messi so far, and that's probably a good thing, is Rakitic to Kante. Ball forward, Fredericks picks it off, and here we come again. It's Griggs' ball that finds Gomez. Back to Griggs. Griggs, 3-0. I mean, we're beating Barcelona by 3-0. That's the way you do it, people. That's how you do it. You buy lots of players that shouldn't probably be interested in playing in Sweden, and you let them all play. Oh, lovely control, and what a turn and finish. It was a debate whether we went with Jezza or Strandberg. I think it's paid off. Carlos Strandberg is having a stormer. Corner ball now, Rakitic, and it's headed in. I thought we were going to clear that. In fact, no, Ryan Gould did win that header. I mean, we did tell the lads to do anything to stop Barcelona scoring, and indeed Ryan Gould has fully delivered in that regard, as he thumps a header past Dragowski. I'm not too sure what was going through his mind there. We'll talk about that, Ryan, as that's an away goal. If that's costly, then that's how you'll now be remembered. And we kick off the second half, leading as we do by 3-1. Just Ryan Gould's inexplicable moment of madness, the only blot on our copybook, but it could unravel. Here's Stepanenko to PK. They've obviously made changes, and Leo Messi has a drive, but Dragowski is equal to it. Don't feel that was the opportunity. More will come as Milosevic to Nielsen. I don't like it when we do this against teams that are quite good on the old press, but we've worked that out nicely. Benaku, crossfield ball, and here's Sheikh Gomez. Can he cross? He can. Strandberg hat-trick, surely. Yes, it is. 4-1. 4-1. Panic over. See you in the quarters. This is, as I say, probably the last episode, because we're doing both legs in this episode, so this 4-1 lead will unravel, regretfully. But it's nice to have the lead, at least. Although it is the hope that kills you. Would it be better to be 4-0 down now? Probably not, but at least I wouldn't be dreaming of a potential quarter-final in the Champions League with Malmo, which would represent, by the way, year-on-year progress. So, Messi just over the crossbar. We're nearly through an hour. We've been thoroughly the better team. A little bit of concern that we've got 4 yellow cards on the book. Five. We should probably make a change, and it's probably right to do so with perhaps some of the players that are walking a tightrope. I think we're going to get Pettersson on for Gould. I think he's had an indifferent game today against Barcelona, it's fair to say. Pettersson's corner headed away. Will Grigg puts it back in the mix, and it's 5-1. Grich there with the goal. Told you we had a better player than Kante, and we do. I couldn't even remember his name. I'm delirious with joy. It's generous to give Will Grigg the assist on that one, I feel, but 3 assists for Will Grigg and a goal. Definitely on fire. Definitely on fire. I think what we'll do is we're going to bring on Jezza for Strandberg, and that should see the game. Oh, well, hopefully it'll see the game at 5-1. Interesting to note, I've turned down an interview with Arsenal, which wouldn't have been very interesting, as Luis Suarez pulls one back. 2 away goals is probably enough for Barcelona to work with. Can we hold them at the new camp? Probably not. Good movement from Suarez, and Dembele feeding the ball through there. Beautifully done. A hint of offside perhaps, but didn't feel offside when I watched it the first time, and that's usually the best indicator. It might even get better for Barcelona as Milosevic manages to clear. Jezza heads on. Could get better for us. Will Grigg is here. He could score from here. Decides not to. Benaku. First time ball out to Sheikh Gomez, who drives it just wide of the far post. Thought that was going to sneak into the bottom corner. Sadly wasn't to be. And as time ticks away, it looks as though we're going to take a 5-2 lead to Barcelona. That's pretty decent, you know. To even just have a chance of qualifying out from this tie is ridiculous. Yeah, wonderful result, and another fine European night under the lights. I think we have to be passionate and say that was really special. Well, they're not interested whatsoever. Ever. So, it wasn't really a ding-dong battle, was it? We led many points during the game, and well done to Will Grigg. Signed to finish his career in some style, so that's excellent. Ignore the Svenska Cupen. Obviously the league is about to start, but the only thing we're interested in is this little detail here. We'll be back with the teams for that second leg. It's in a few weeks' time, just under a month. So I've got a few Svenska Cupen games to get through, basically friendlies. And then we'll have the business action of that Champions League tie. I'll see you pitch side with that team in just a minute. Okay, so it's second leg time. Let's have a quick look, if we may, at, well, just the results that have gone our way since we obviously won 5-2 in the first leg. We played Falkenbergs, and Ojin Suk, you won't see him play, but he managed to score 5 goals on his debut. Yes, Falkenberg, not a great team, relegated from the Allsvenskan last year, but that's not a bad debut. Got a 10, so yeah, really good. Followed up with a 9.1, didn't score, but you know, still good. 7-1 in there, and then 5-0. Bit of a come down there, 6.8. So I don't want to say he's gone too early, but there you go. Champions League second leg of this quarter. It's not a quarter final of this first knockout round. Well, it's going to be a big one. Obviously, we're massive underdogs. We have a 3-goal head start, but Barcelona do have 2 away goals. It's difficult to see us scoring twice in the new camp. That said, we might just do it. Interestingly, the other game that's played our day, that finished 8-0 in the first leg. So lots of goals on this. This is the day to watch. You'll be flicking between the two, trying to watch all the goals. So yeah, I'll see you pitch side to confirm this team in just a second. You can see there, Ojin Suk has to come out. So there we have the teams then in what might, as I say, be the final 45 minutes. Well, it will be the final 45, but that's followed first by another 45. So the final 90 perhaps minutes of the Malmo save. I think it's pretty much the same team that we played before, except with Dembele right side instead of Messi. Messi must be injured or suspended or just simply decided to retire on his 40 billion. I mean, look at that stand. Yeah, nice. And, you know, it's the same team for us as well, except we have Dykes in at left back. Will Grigg, the man is on fire. Let's see if we can get them going. As I mean, a lot of these players haven't played since that first leg. Didn't want to get him injured. And also those Svenska Cupen group games are a bit like a pre-season friendly anyway. So can we do the unthinkable and come away with a qualification from this and into the quarterfinals? I don't know. Never have I got into a game with 3-goal head start thinking this is we're still unlikely to go through. But you, as I say, you just never know in football. As well, we make a chance early on, and Shea Gomez, we scored at the new camp inside 30 seconds, and that's an away goal. So that's 6-2 on aggregate. Could do it, you know. Could do it. We really went overload on that right side. You can see the Barcelona defender doesn't know what to do. It's an interesting attempt at goal. I'm going to say goalkeeping by Ter Stegen. He's carrying a knock. I don't know if that's, you know, maybe he's got something over his eyes. Perhaps. As Ryan Fredericks goes into the book. Onto the quarter of an hour mark. Interesting ball there from Fredericks. Wasn't probably the right idea. Did have Shea Gomez out to the right, but, well, unlucky from Hadzikadunic, and Dembele crosses and Hazard heads in. 15 minutes, Barcelona pulled the first goal back, straight back to the centre spot for the kickoff. 6-3 now, tied up on the ninth. That's an unlucky challenge there from Hadzikadunic. It just came off in Falta Semedo, and Dembele crosses. Hazard's all alone at the back post and heads in. Corner ball Dembele, headed away by Dykes, but only as far as Eden Hazard, who rattles the woodwork, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. This is going to be a nervy one. I'm glad we got the early goal, but you can't help but feel it might not be enough. As Semedo throws it into Rakitic, here's Conte, left side now to Digne, crossed in, here's Hazard, crosses in as well, and it's a spectacular save from Dragowski to keep out Luis Suarez. What a save from the young man. Corner ball, our first foray up front for quite some time. Goal will retrieve. Back to Hadzikadunic. Not really what you want. Centre halves playing it around. Shea Gomez back to Milosevic. Looks for Shea Gomez, who'll be lucky to keep it in. And all he can do is keep the ball in for Umtiti. And Hazard brings it away. And Suarez now. I mean, he's on his own. But, well, Lars Nielsen steps it. Surely offside with Strandberg. Will Grigg is on fire. I thought it would have been offside. But it came through, and we've neutralised the 2 Barcelona away goals by scoring 2 ourselves in the new camp. 7-3. You can see there our back line. Well, I mean, I don't know if he must have been played onside. There was no appeals, and Will Grigg taps into an empty net to continue his fine start to his Malmo career. And straight from kickoff, here we go. Conte striving forward. I think they're using him a bit too much of a ball-carrying role. He just needs to sit. Dembele crosses and Hazard will tap in. Barcelona scored 2 very easy goals. We can't allow them to keep doing this. We don't need to see this again. It grates on me every time. A free kick now for Barcelona, just inside their own half, and Piqué gives it to Hazard, who's been an absolute threat, as you might expect. Fortunately, his fitness is a little bit shocking, so fingers crossed he doesn't make the full 90. Rakitic, Dembele. Look at the wing. Look at the width they provide. Hazard, and you see on the right side already. I imagine that's, well, it's going to be Dembele and his Semedo, I suspect. Sergio to it ends up with Kante, and here is Semedo to Dembele. Back to Semedo, can cross now, and it's Suarez. I think that hit the woodwork. Barcelona have really, really pushed, and Will Grigg will have to do something here, but he doesn't decide to. And this time, Will guilty of staying in too deep, and Suarez takes advantage but puts that one wide. It's very uncharacteristic. Luis Suarez could have had a hat-trick. Let's be honest, he could have. And we kick off the second half then. 2-2 on the night. We lead 7-4. We have a bit of breathing room, but not much. Barcelona could score bish bash bosh in quick succession. So, we are. Well, I don't know what to say, to be honest. Hadouken goes long towards Will Grigg and finds him. Will Grigg is in, and it's actually a fantastic save from Ter Stegen. Down on his left side, just reached down a palm and tipped it round the post. And Umtiti puts it behind for another corner, so we're forced to watch this. A lot of people in our crowd wearing pink. Either that or they come bare-chested, because we don't have any kind of pink kits. And the play continues now for ourselves. Ryan Gould. A bit of a loose pass from Ryan, and that's the last thing you want to do. Great tackle, but Lars Nielsen's now well out of position. You can see the 2 Barcelona midfield strike players pushing forward. Milosevic heads away, and Hazard collects. Oh, I tell you what, they've got a 2 at the back. We could turn this. If we can play this right, we could be in. And Strandberg is in and scores a wonderful goal, as Football Manager 2019 is advertised on the horn. He's out November 2nd, beta due Thursday, Friday. Who knows? Will Grigg. It's. I thought we'd been a little bit guilty of overplay, but that's a great header on by Jay Gomez and a lovely lobbed finish. We've actually outscored Barcelona in terms of away goals. We're going to knock out Barcelona. I'm going to say it now with half an hour to play, which is stupid, but we're knocking out Barcelona. Wow. Jay Gomez left on the right side even. Crosses. Will Grigg's looking for it, but Piqué heads away and Rafinha will clear it with Suarez giving chase. Look at the midfield now. Barcelona have been guilty. Suarez has been guilty. The most profligate of the Barcelona front men, missing lots of chances. We're going to bring Dykes off for Benaku. A little bit of tiredness creeping in. And I think Ryan Gould is going to come off as well. We're going to bring on Alexander Pettersson, the youngster. Our own youngster, of course. Throw in now. 20 minutes to play. Jordi Alba, Suarez, Hazard to Paulinho, who rattles one in. 8-5. I mean, it's quite a game. It's quite a game. I just wish it wasn't quite a game like this. I'm not going to watch. We're not going to see many more replays of Barcelona goals because I'm concerned that they are going to get back into this and knock us out. Last 20 minutes. Grigg. Nice ball to Strandberg. Can't even say his name. Hazard. Why is he still on the pitch? He's absolutely destroyed us. Suarez now. Paulinho. I think they figured out that Suarez is better use on the ball when he's not shooting. As Hazard finds play, Paulinho slots it in, and suddenly it's 8-6. 4-3 to Barcelona on the night with 15 plus minutes to go. We're not seeing this anymore. Oh, and play goes straight on. We're going to let this play on. I wanted to make a change, but we've got straight into it. As Benaku looks down the left-hand side towards Will Grigg. Can he cross? He can. Ross Strandberg's under it. And plucked out of the air by Ter Stegen. Quite nicely. We're going to make that change now then. And that change is going to be Ryan Fredericks being withdrawn. I'm not too sure why Vindheim's upset. I can only assume it's just not playing tonight. You can see the defensive rating's not good, but it is hard to contain a front line of Barcelona's quality, especially when they've just spent the entire game on overload. Jordi Alba crosses, and at the back stick it's Ousmane Dembele. 8-7. Our cushion has gone. Our cushion has gone, and I think Barcelona have woken up to the fact that they were on the fence of being knocked out by Malmo. we can't go defensive because the pressure that it would just bring to us would be unreal. As stupid as that might be, we're going to go out firing, all guns blazing, if we're going out, which we probably are. N'Golo Kante, Paulinho, Benaku picks it off. I mean, if we can make one of these counter-attacks now pay off, it's probably all over. That said, that's not going to happen as we mess that one up. And Suarez probably offside there, referee. And Dragowski denies him again. Suarez has had the worst 2 legs. He's probably going to score the winner, but he's had the worst 2 legs so far of anyone out there. Dembele recollects this. Can you recollect? You suppose you can. Benaku, and it's breaking down for us, and Hazard just offside. I'm surprised Hazard has made it this far. His conditioning must be... I mean, he's at 56%. You know, how they're still able to put in the runs they are at these kind of levels and not pick up injuries. I mean, maybe we are going to do it. They've just run out of steam. We're knocking out Barcelona. There's 20 seconds to go. Hold the ball, Dennis. The menace. Grigg launches the ball towards Vinheim. It doesn't really matter if we get there or not. We've got 10 seconds to play out. They're not going to do this now. We're going to knock out Barcelona. Benaku, left side to Will Grigg, and we've done it. I'm absolutely staggered. Let's be passionate about this. And let's say that. We knock out Barcelona. Surprisingly, Milan didn't overturn their deficit of 8-0. So Man City will go through. And we go through to the quarter-finals. And we receive a bit more money. The fairy tale continues. This is absolute... This is a monstrosity. I don't know why I clicked on the dynamics. That was a mistake. Yeah, I didn't expect this because now, obviously, we've got more games to play. So, obviously, there's a lot of ties still to play in this Champions League before we know our opponents. So join me for the draw in just a few minutes. Or it'll be seconds. It'll be instant for you guys, but hopefully just a few minutes for me. And we'll see what we plan to do. I'll think about it while I'm waiting for the draw. I'll see you in a second. Okay then, people, it's draw time. And, well, we said at the knockout stage draw, to be honest, that the teams involved were ridiculous for us to entertain. And now it's quarterfinals, so they're even stronger. Bayern Munich, Juve, Liverpool, Manchester City, Man United, Napoli, and Paris Saint-Germain. So 3 English sides, 2 Italians, 1 French, 1 German, and 1 Swedish. Napoli. Obviously, there's no seeding at this stage, so we could get Napoli. That wouldn't be a bad thing. We don't know. Paris Saint-Germain. Who's next? Liverpool. That's probably tough. You know, any English side is probably going to be tough, although looking at the alternatives. Interesting that all the Spanish teams are out. Obviously, we put one out, but Real Madrid, obviously, falling as well. So, it's, well, you know, Man City. So, really, we don't want Man United, but then we don't want Bayern and we don't want Juve. So, out of that, what would you say? I'd probably say Juve is the slightly more comfortable tie without even knowing the teams at this stage. And it's not going to be that. It's going to be Man United. And we get the worst thing as well, the second leg at Old Trafford. So we thought that this might be the final episode. The final episode is probably going to be Man United in the Champions League quarter-finals, and that's progress each year. First year, group stages. Second year, knockout round. Third year, quarter-finals. So it would have taken about 6 years for us to win the whole thing. That's the way I'm going to look at it, even though we won't actually get there. Do pop a like on there for me. How often do you see a Swedish team, Malmo in this case, knocking out Barcelona in 2 legs? If you've seen it before, then let me know. If you haven't, pop a like on there, and I'd appreciate it. Subscribe as well for far more Football Manager 2018 content coming soon, hopefully, but also lots and lots of Football Manager 2019 content coming as well. It's been fantastic. I'll see you on the next video. Take care and goodbye.